it out, flipped it up and in. Wendell Carter Jr., dirty, grimy stuff. 6.7 seconds left. Magic up one, and the Lakers will try to set up a game-winning basket.
With 5 seconds, Luka, LeBron for the win. And Orlando's going to sneak out here with a victory. No good, and the Magic are going to win in Los Angeles.
Shouldn't have picked up the ball. Should have tagged.
You know, we're going to dive a little bit more into that last possession. Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to First Take. Shay Cornett here with you. Mad Dog with me.
Yes, Shay. How are you?
Stephen A. is from an undisclosed location. Hi, SA. And Wendy is with us from LA. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Let's get right into it. Let's go to LA, where Wendy is right now, and talk about a loss that happened with the Lakers. And remember the loss? Coming off a tough one to the Celtics on Sunday. They were looking to bounce back against the Magic last night and said a disorganized finish led to a Lakers home loss. Luka Doncic had the ball on the final shot, game on the line, but he opted to pass out of a seemingly open three to LeBron, who then missed the game winner. Here is LeBron on that final shot.
I'm not sure. I mean, obviously you have to ask Luka what he saw on that, but I thought he had a good look, and it looked like he kind of just lost his balance. You know, didn't have the rhythm with the ball, whatever the case may be, and it kind of allowed him to get back in front of him. You know, I was kind of off balance when he gave it to me. I thought he had a great look, but that's what I looked. That's my POV.
Did you and LeBron have any communication about the final play after it was over? When you passed it to him, did you think he had a shot, or did you recognize that it was kind of be a tough opportunity?
I mean, I just saw him open. I didn't want to lose the ball, and we didn't have timeouts, you know. But like I said, you know, shouldn't have picked up the ball. I should have tagged. I thought I was getting a clean look, but that's on me.
All right, so Luka taking ownership, that's on me. The Lakers have now lost 2 in a row. Wendy, do you have a problem with Luka passing that final shot up to LeBron?
I mean, obviously, it was the wrong decision. I don't think it's really debatable. J.J. Redick ran a very inventive play. It was almost like a football play. He put everybody on the other side of the half-court line, and he ran basically like a bunch formation. DeAndre Ayton sets one of the best screens you'll ever see him set. He screens 2 guys. Watch here. He screens 2 guys. That was pretty awesome. But I will say this, like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, they're down 1. They don't need a 30-footer. Even if Luka takes that shot, it's a 30% shot. So, like, yeah, we can spend all morning, like, criticizing Luka for that. I mean, the Lakers lost for a couple of different reasons. They gave up 60% shooting in the fourth quarter to a Magic team that was missing 2 of its, 4 best players. And, the play where the Magic got the lead, which was a Wendell Carter putback, Austin Reeves lets his man run right by him. Again, DeAndre Ayton does a great job. He plays awesome defense on Paolo Banchero, forces a miss, and Austin Reeves lets Anthony Black run right by him here. That's why the ball got to him, because Austin Reeves didn't block out. So if we're going to criticize Luka for not taking that shot, fine. But the play shouldn't have been designed to get a 3. They're only down 1. Austin Reeves got a block out. Anthony Black, they get the rebound, and now they can shoot free throws to win the game, and they don't give up 60% shooting in the fourth quarter. That's the nature of an NBA game.
Well, listen, they're 4-4 now in this 8-game homestand. They're going to end up playing a pretty good team in the first round. They will get knocked out in the first round. The Lakers aren't that good. And when we can analyze these plays all we want, they got murdered by the Celtics. Good job by Wendy. Got to get an offensive rebound there. They didn't get the offensive rebound. Luka, we're going to kill Luka. He should have shot the shot. I know he had a bad shooting night, but he should have shot that shot as soon as he got it. But I think the bigger issue is the Lakers. I mean, listen, to me, Timberwolves are dangerous, but to me, it's Houston, OKC, San Antonio, and Denver. I mean, those are your 4 teams that are going to be sitting there after we get through that first round of the NBA postseason, and the Lakers are not going to get out of that first round. I mean, I know they got 3 great players, but they're not going to get out of that first round, just like last year. And then we'll get to business with OKC, Denver, San Antonio, and Houston, 4 pretty good teams. That's the bigger issue I have with the Lakers. This specific play, all right, should have got a better shot, should have beat Orlando, bad homestand, but the bigger issue is there's not a big-time team. That's the bigger issue as far as the Lakers are concerned.
Did you have any issue with Luka not taking the shot? Go ahead, S.A.
Well, it's not really an issue. I mean, it was obviously the wrong decision, just like Wendy said. But there's a lot of reasons that go into it. Like LeBron thought he was off balance. Luka wasn't feeling in rhythm when he was attempting that shot, when he was going to attempt that shot. So he passes to LeBron James. Obviously, when you look at LeBron James, 23 total shots in clutch time. 61% from the field, but only 29% from three-point range this year. So you got to take that into consideration. You're not going to hold that against him. It was a contested shot, last second heave. You get that part. Luka Doncic, here's the interesting part about him. 20 total shots in clutch time. Shoot 45% from the field, 42% from three-point range at clutch time. But only 29% from threes in the fourth quarter. So you look at him and you're saying to yourself, okay, you're going to run a play for a guy like Luka. He's your star offensive player in this day and age. You get that part. You can't blame J.J. Redick, who called a great play, by the way. They just didn't convert, and we get all of that. In the end, it's just a reminder that everything has to click on all cylinders offensively for the Los Angeles Lakers to be anything close to what we hope they will be. Obviously, we all know that I don't want to be in some place like Utah or something like that. Not literally, because we know they're not going anywhere. But I mean, if I got a choice of where I want to be in May and June, Southern California is top 2 on the list. Make no mistake about that. So that's where I want to be. But the bottom line is that the Los Angeles Lakers are not formidable defensively. They can be formidable offensively, but they have to execute. And last night they didn't do it. So it's a problem from the standpoint that they didn't convert when you expected them to. But in the end, it happens. We all know that, and it is what it is.
Okay, so just a miscommunication on that last play. Let's move past that, but let's open it up to the bigger issue now, and that would be the Lakers. You didn't think they're going to get out of the first round in the playoffs. Wendy, I'll go to you. How much trouble do the Lakers appear to be in at this point?
Here's their big issue. Their big issue is so Austin Reeves came back about 8 games ago from his injury. Luka missed some time in there, but when Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves play together, they're just not a good team. And I mean, they've been leaning on the fact that injuries over the last 2 seasons have prevented them from really having a lot of time together. But the data is just the data, okay? When Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic play together, when it's just the 2 of them out there, the Lakers are an excellent team. When all 3 of them play out there, they're not. So it's actually a 20-point difference. If you look at every 100 possessions, if it's just Luka and Reeves, or it's the 3 of them, there's a 20-point spread between how the Lakers play over 100 possessions. Okay, I could go more into the detail. That's just the way it is. They're one of the worst offensive teams in the league when those 3 guys are out there together. And that's crazy. You say, how can that be? These 3 guys are all scorers. The problem is they all relatively do the same thing. They all need the ball in their hands. And they've worked on it. LeBron's worked off of the ball to learn how to play off the ball. The 3 of them don't work well together. When it's just LeBron out there by himself, guys, they're a very good team. When it's the 2 of the 3, they're a very good team. When the 3 together, they're a bad team. They were a bad team offensively during this homestand.
Well, first of all, they played about 700, in the case of Luka and LeBron, they played about 747 minutes together. Per 100 possessions, they've been outscored by about 5.7 points. We get that part. The other part that we have to mention, Wendy, is that they're horrible defensively. The fact is with Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves on the court, you don't scare anybody. In the game of basketball, this needs to be said, Doggy, and Shay, Wendy knows this. In the game of basketball, no matter how great you are offensively, when somebody believes they can be just as great as you offensively, because defensively you are so efficient, that oozes confidence because they know they can score on you. In the game of basketball, that's just how the mindset works. You know, Jordan wasn't Jordan. Kobe wasn't Kobe just because they could score. It's because they could put you under lock and key. When they amped it up defensively, they could shut you down. Nobody's worried about that with Luka. Nobody's worried about that with AR. And nobody's worried about that at this stage of LeBron James' career. Maybe earlier on, but not right now. And so as a result of that, they ooze with confidence, and they're going to be in attack mode, and they're going to come at you, which is going to put more pressure on the Lakers defense to find a way to be a bit more efficient. And they're having trouble doing that. So in the end, when you talk about them going in the first round, what's the biggest reason we're talking about them going home in the first round? Because you have defensive liabilities, and the likelihood is that you're going up against San Antonio, OKC, or Denver in the first round, because they're going to be the top 3 seeds in the West. You ain't beating any of those 3 teams. Not if you're the Los Angeles Lakers. By and large, everybody believes that. And so that's where their problem comes, particularly when you talk about the likes. Denver has depth and they have Jokic. But San Antonio has that eraser in Wembanyama, and OKC has a collective eraser because everybody on that squad plays defense and they come for you. So The Lakers don't really stand a chance. That's why you're looking at them and you're saying they're in dire straits. If they were the 4th or 5th seed and you had an opportunity to avoid one of those 3 teams in the first